So today I'll be telling you what I have read in August. I have read really good books this month, like really good ones. All of them I loved, either liked or loved. I had no bad books. I had no 3-star, 2-star, 1-star books, all 4 stars and up, which is awesome. I can't wait to share them with you guys. And I'm gonna do this wrap up actually a little differently. Lately I have been seeing people start from their least favorite book they read this month to their most favorite, which I think is such a good idea. I also like the idea that I have been doing of showing you the books that I have read in a timeline of this month, but I really kind of like this idea more, so I'm gonna try it for this video, see how it goes. So I'll be showing you 3 4-star books I have read, 1 4.5-star book, and 1 5-star book. And in total, I read 5 books this month. So I hope you guys enjoy this wrap up, and let's just get started. So the first 4-star book I have is Another, and this is a manga, and I read this for the Get Graphic-a-thon, readathon that happened this past month. I am a big fan of this anime, so I obviously wanted to read the manga, and I really enjoyed this manga. It's all about a boy, and he is a middle schooler, I believe. He's in his last year of middle school, and he moves to this new town and goes to this new school, and he soon finds out something weird about his classroom. His classroom is cursed, and in some school years, the children in this classroom die. Student after student after student die. And throughout this book, he's trying to figure out why this happens. And he also becomes friends with this girl named May, and he also finds something out really weird about her too. It's a really good horror book. I love it. It like keeps me on the edge of my seat, and it really has that whole like thriller aspect to it, and you're just constantly wanting to know what happens next, because it is kind of a mystery book too, so I really like it. I like the manga, but I love the anime more, but the manga was still really good. I would recommend this one, and again, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a solid, good book. And the next 4-star book I read is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. I was kind of iffy at starting Heir of Fire because for some reason I heard not so good things about Heir of Fire, but I actually really liked it. I love how we got a new character introduced, which is Rowan. I absolutely love him. And we also got a pretty hefty amount of new characters introduced in this book, which I really liked. And yeah, overall, I can't wait to continue with this series. I have read Queen of Shadows, which will be coming up on this wrap up soon, and Empire of Storms is coming out at the time I'm filming this in like 5 days, so really excited to read that. And again, I gave Heir of Fire a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is A Monster Call, and this is kind of like a short book, so I read this book in the span of 2 days, and I really read this book because of the movie, which is coming out in October, which looks so awesome based on the trailer. And this book is all about a 13-year-old boy, and this monster shows up at his window and tells him that the boy has called for him, but the boy is like, I didn't call for you. But we soon figure out that the boy actually did call for him, and it is really good. I really liked it. It's a really emotional book. It made a lot of people cry, but it didn't make me cry because I kind of predicted what was going to happen like within the first page I read of this book. So based on that, I didn't cry because I kind of had a feeling of what was going to happen, but it was still really good. Had a really good themes in it, and I can't wait for the movie to come out. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. And again, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. And next, I read Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. I wanted to start on this book as soon as possible since Empire of Storms is coming out this month, and I'm so glad I got it read. I really liked this one. At first, when I was reading it, I thought it was going to be my favorite in the Throne of Glass series, but it kind of ended up that it wasn't. I think Crown of Midnight is actually my favorite in the series, so. But I still really liked Queen of Shadows. It had so much action in it. The beginning of the book kept me on the edge of my seat. It was so good. And towards the end, it did get really good too. Things started to really pick up. It was just kind of somewhere in the middle of it where I was not really loving it for some reason, but the beginning and the ending were really good, and I'm super excited for Empire of Storms to find out what happens next, because it's probably going to be awesome. And I give this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And the last book I have, which is my only 5-star book, is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This was my TBR jar pick for this month, and it ended up being my favorite book I read this month. So the TBR jar is doing me justice lately, and I love that. This book is about a girl named Andy, and her dad is a politician, but he gets involved in a scandal, and this affects her because she had applied to a pre-med school, but her application gets revoked because of the scandal. So she's kind of bummed because she had her whole summer planned out, but now she has to change her plans and she has nothing planned for this summer. So she ends up kind of winging her summer, which she doesn't normally do because she's kind of like a planner. But she spends a lot of time with her friends and she meets a new guy who is so swoon-worthy. I love him to death. He is a fictional fantasy writer, which is amazing, and he's kind of a nerd, which is so cute, and he's really awkward. He's just like the total package guy for me. He's just awesome. And yeah, I just really love this book. Would highly recommend it. I have a review coming up of it soon. I have it already filmed. I just need to post it eventually. But I loved everything about this book. I loved the plot. I loved the romance. The romance was so perfect. It was just amazing. The perfect summary, even though summer is coming to a close, but I'd still recommend to read it soon because it was great. I actually did something to this book. I decided I want to write in my books now, which may seem bad, but it's not really that bad. What I'm saying is I kind of want to personalize my books now. Like I want to write my favorite quotes from the books on the inside flap of the cover. I want to underline my favorite quotes and all of that. And I got this idea from, I think her name is Jenna Clark, or Clerk. I'll link her YouTube channel down below, but she did this to her copy of Queen of Shadows and it looked so cool. So I started doing it with this book. I wrote quotes on the inside flap of the cover and I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and I don't mean to brag, but Morgan Matson liked it and I completely flipped out. I was like, what? I flipped out. I can't believe she noticed it and liked it. That was so awesome. So I really want to do this to more of my books now because I think it's just such a cool way to personalize your book. So I am going to be expecting to do more of that because it is really cool and really fun to do. And getting back to the point, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. So that is my wrap up for August. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know some of the books you read this month because I would personally love to know. Again, thanks for watching and I'll be back with another video really soon. Bye!